Hello, my name is Xavier, and in this video I'm going to go over floating licenses for our desktop software. The content in this video is applicable to both MAPublisher and Geographic Imager. In my previous video, I mentioned that I'd make another video to go over our third licensing option, RLM Cloud. This video is going to be a shorter version since there's less you need to do on your end to keep the server up and running. In this video, we'll go over what a floating license server is, the benefits of RLM Cloud, and how it works on your side. Hopefully this video will help you understand the RLM Cloud and whether it's appropriate for your organization's needs. RLM Cloud is still a floating license server. First, I wanted to just go over what a floating license server is, just in case you didn't watch my previous video. A floating license server may be more appropriate for your company compared to multiple fixed licenses, since fixed licenses will always be registered with one specific machine, and you may need to have multiple users accessing the software on different machines, but not at the same time. Hopefully this graphic will be useful in explaining what a floating license server is. All the computers A, B, C, and D, can have MAPublisher or Geographic Imager installed. However, the floating license server will limit access to the number of computers that will be licensed at any given time. For example, if your organization only needs to ever access 2 licenses at the same time, then computer A and B can access it at the same time, but then C and D will not be able to. We can consider the licenses as seats. Since A and B are using a seat each, then C and D will need to wait until one of those seats becomes available before they can use it. When one computer is done using the software, they can check the license in, thus making the seat available. Additionally, there isn't a limit to the number of computers that can have the software installed. The limiting factor is just the number of seats available. You could have 100 computers with MAPublisher and Geographic Imager installed, but if you only have 2 seats, then only 2 of those 100 computers can use it simultaneously. Another benefit to the system is that you don't need to dedicate certain computers to using the software, since any computer on the network can technically use it. This option is only available on MAPublisher 10.7 and newer, or Geographic Imager 6.3 and newer. Now, the major difference between RLM Cloud and the local network floating license server is that you don't need to set up anything on your own machine, such as the server, which also means you don't need to update or change a license file when there is a new software release. RLM Cloud is a username and password-based licensing solution. Therefore, in order to connect to it, users just need to sign in with their given credentials in order to be licensed. This does require an internet connection to be maintained during the operation of the software. Some additional benefits include no server setup or maintenance for you, its immediate uptime, no more rehosting and decommissioning servers, making it much easier for you to maintain, seamless license upgrades, so users that have active maintenance instantly have their licenses updated when new versions are released, and then you can also raise and lower counts much easier. Consistent uptime, servers rarely ever go down, which you can see in that table. You don't have to worry about your own server machine and if something goes wrong with it, or changing to a new server and then requesting a new license file. If you choose this as your option for a floating license server, our activation team will reach out to you with the credentials for your server to get you up and running. From there, within Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, users can license their Avenza product by opening the license management window. On MAPublisher, it can be accessed by going through Adobe Illustrator, Help, MAPublisher Licensing, License Management, and then Floating. And on Geographic Imager, you can access it by going through Adobe Photoshop, Geographic Imager Panel, Contextual Menu, License Management, or you can access it by going to Adobe Photoshop, File, Automate, GI License Management. From there, click on Floating, change the type to Cloud, and input the information and credentials provided by Avenza. Now your users should be up and running on their machines. When they're done using the software and someone else needs to use it, all they need to do is close the software and it'll automatically check the license back in so another user can use it. If they want to stay within Illustrator or Photoshop and they just want to check in the license, they only need to open the license management window and click the Check In button. If you have any questions about the floating license server, feel free to reach out to our support team at support.avenza.com through the form. Thank you for watching, and we hope this helps.